Alright troops, strong and conditioned in the burpee den. So what are we talking about today? I'm going to go through my favourite fitness YouTube channels, and to be honest with what my subscribers and viewers look for, a lot of these will surprise you. First and foremost, I watch a broad range of fitness channels. I'm always devouring content. I'm always looking for new ideas. I'm looking for inspiration. And the one thing that always captures my attention is the value offered by the creator. Now, nowadays we can get lost down the rabbit hole, and usually it tends to end in a sales funnel where we are expected to buy a program or buy a product or buy something, a supplement, and you start to feel a wee bit fobbed off. Whereas there's a lot of channels out there where the content is free and the gold is on offer and it's plentiful. It's absolutely plentiful. So hopefully this will guide you towards the direction of those channels, which will help you become better, stronger, faster, fitter, better at burpees, I don't know, whatever tickles your fancy. So the first channel I am going to talk about is Bald Omni Man. I seen Bald Omni Man on Instagram a while ago, and initially I was put off because it was quite manga based. There was a lot of manga stuff, which is not really my cup of tea. However, I then began to dig deeper and I realised that the guy is offering content which is way off the chart, and his insight into weight training is very unique, very unique. However, it is similar to the principles of the burpee community that hard work is the driver of success. And one of the things that stood out about Bald Omni Man was the programs he was offering for free. And one in particular was called the Berserker Method. And when you look at his channel, he's got a 2.5 hour video explaining this program. And that to me is unheard of in this community. You don't get people putting that amount of thought into a program and offering that thought process for free and getting you on board their train of thought. And that to me was very captivating to the point where I have started weight training again, and I have been messing about with programs because you want to find that program which you know you're going to stick to, you know you're going to be consistent with, and one that's going to be quite fun as well. And when I say fun, I don't mean fun in the sense where you're like having a laugh. You're having fun exploring these new methods and seeing the results that they bring. And there was an intensity to this program which really caught my eye. So Bald Omni Man is definitely a channel that you should watch if you are going down the bodybuilding, weightlifting, or just strength training route. The Berserker Method in particular, look it up, it is absolutely phenomenal. Okay, number 2, we'll throw a burpee channel in the mix, and we all know this burpee channel, but it's the Iron Wolf. I'm putting the Iron Wolf channel in here because I think it's popular enough on its own right and everybody in the burpee community knows about it. But I feel that the respect is due from myself, considering it was the source of inspiration that got me started in this YouTube game in particular. The thing about Iron Wolf that stands out amongst the burpee community is his programming. The programming, the burpee programs that he does, they are absolutely phenomenal. They are so well constructed, and I could only dream of constructing a routine like the Iron Wolf. He manipulates numbers like a mathematician and makes these routines, they just have a beautiful flow of reps, numbers, quality. It's an absolutely phenomenal channel, very inspiring. So he's the one guy that I've always looked up to in this community, and he's the one that stands out within the community. Bit of an obvious choice in that respect. However, the Iron Wolf definitely is a channel that you need to watch and devour, particularly if you're getting into the burpee game. Another channel that I watch a lot of is Alexander Bromley. I discovered Alexander Bromley a long time ago, but never really gave him much attention. However, once I started going back to the gym, I started to look at his programs, and I purchased a book called Base Strength, which is it explains the concepts of programming and kind of simplifies it and offers some amazing workouts. But Alexander's channel is another goldmine. His approach to programming is 10 out of 10. It's phenomenal. He's got a program called the Bull Mastiff program, and the way he builds the strength through waves was very novel, using like a percentage-based system on your reps that you get on an AMRAP set at the last set of your bench or your squat. I'd never seen that before, but it just seemed so intuitive, and it made so much sense. Because sometimes with these weightlifting programs, the progress is so slow. Like a 5-3-1 or a starting strength, it's kind of linear progress, a bit of stalling. And as with 5-3-1, it's just kind of slow. Whereas I felt like the programming that Alexander put forward was more dynamic. It didn't have you just kind of waiting to get stronger. You were getting stronger straight away, and you were kind of tackling big weights from the off, which to me is kind of exciting as well. When you look at his channel as well, the way he explains his concepts, the way he puts across his ideas is very simple, very easy to understand, and he's got a great style, a good sense of humour, which I kind of relate to. So Alexander Bromley is another channel which I would definitely be looking at. Now I'm going to throw another burpee one, and this is one I hold close to my heart, because I've seen the progress this guy has made in the burpee community, and it's probably the one that stood out most. He's really like fine-tuned his channel. He's a really friendly guy as well, super nice if you get to know him, and he puts a lot of thought into his routines, and you know he just genuinely wants to help people, and that's David Whitten. David Whitten's YouTube channel is probably one of my favourite burpee channels, and one of the only ones I really pay attention to, just because I've watched David's journey personally. I've seen where he's came from, and he's moved up and up and up and up, and it's not just with doing burpees, but just the way he presents his channel, his thumbnails, his titles, and you can tell he's really like taking this seriously, and it shows. And like I said, he's just a great guy as well. But he also likes to let his thoughts out there, which is something a lot of burpee guys don't do. They just post routine after routine after routine, and they don't really like kind of give an insight as to why they do burpees. So in that respect, David definitely stands out. Another YouTube channel that I currently watch is Natural Hypertrophy. Natural Hypertrophy is a Frenchman, and he just does a lot of pieces to camera where he talks about programs, training concepts, and what's going on in the fitness community. But his insight is top quality, and his sense of humour is completely unique. And it's something I would never expect from a Frenchman. Sorry, Natural Hypertrophy, if you ever watch this. But his channel is phenomenal. He lays out a lot of concepts, but he goes so in depth, and in the process reveals a lot of ideas which you were not really privy to, but begin to make sense as you go further down the Natural Hypertrophy rabbit hole. Guy's in phenomenal shape, and once again, another guy is just putting out that great content for free. And I would like to kind of expand on that and why it's so alluring, particularly with guys with build Omni Man, Natural Hypertrophy, and another guy I'll get to in a minute, basement bodybuilding. Bodybuilding in particular, weight training, has become really glossy. It's kind of been lost in a whole Instagram, Reel, TikTok, short content, guys doing circus tricks, but there's always something salesy, glossy at the end. You're not really learning anything. They just parrot each other's ideas, Whereas I feel like there's this kind of grassroots community starting within the bodybuilding, natural bodybuilding, weightlifting community, where guys are putting out ideas, they're putting out their thoughts, and they're experimenting on themselves, putting in that hard work and presenting to you their efforts and how they got there. And they're not doing it through this glossy editing, fast edits, trying to capture your attention. It's just straight value offered to the camera, piece to camera. It's really low tech, but that's what attracts me, because I am completely repelled by glossiness, because I'm not a glossy guy. You look at the beard, I look like I'm a Nick at times, but I prefer that really earthy, low tech approach to fitness, where guys just kind of tell you how they feel, they show you how they worked hard, they show you what they did to get there, and they're just giving it to you. And that's the beautiful thing about this grassroots community, and these guys definitely fall into that camp. Another channel that I just love is ProblemChildFitness, and the reason I love ProblemChildFitness is because Elias has got a really good story. You can tell the guy's went through a lot in his life, but his attitude to fitness is second to none. Because, and I don't know if Elias, if you'll ever see this and he'll take offence at this, but to me there's no thought process in his fitness. He just trains, and I think that's very liberating. When you watch his Instagram, when you watch his YouTube, he does like everything. He's doing the weights, he's doing calisthenics, he's running, and he's treating it like fun and play. And there's passion in it. There's total passion in it. I mean, he did an Instagram the other day where he's running from block to block, and he shows you that he does like 10 burpees one block, 10 push-ups the other block, 10 squats. And then you'll see him swinging about in the park doing like sort of calisthenics tricks. And then he's in the gym just repping out 315 on the bench press. There's no structure, but it's just a guy having fun, and it's really, really, really infectious. So ProblemChildFitness is definitely another channel that you need to look at. So, another burpee guy I'm going to throw in, and I'm throwing this in again as a mark of respect, is Busy Dad Training. I'm throwing in Busy Dad because Busy Dad is one of the only guys out there that's put out a coherent system for people to attach themselves to and see progression through the burpee ranks. Max is a great guy. He is very philosophical, and his videos just offer, once again, an insight into the burpee mindset, into that high rep training mindset. And that to me is very valuable within this community, and that's something that a lot of burpee guys should definitely take on board, is get your thoughts out there. We can only watch so many routines, but we also need to know what you're like, how you feel about doing burpees, what they have done for you in particular, what benefits they have brought to you, and can you share it with us? So definitely Max, Busy Dad Training. His channel it's a great channel, but he's got a system, and that's the value that Max is offering. He's got a coherent system, which a lot of guys would definitely gain benefits from. Another one is definitely Emevas. Emevas is Mythical Strength, who is very popular on Reddit. He doesn't put out any information. He just puts out ball-breaking workouts, which are phenomenal. And that's what I like about Emevas. Like, Emevas is completely different to that guy who, you'll get these burpee guys and they'll say, yeah, I'm just doing this to keep myself accountable. But at the same time, what they'll be doing is they'll be like fine-tuning their titles. They'll be putting thumbnails up. They'll be trying to attract traffic, which kind of flies in the face of being accountable. Whereas a guy like Emevas just puts up a training workout, which is, no one else is doing these training workouts online. I've yet to see anybody do these training sessions online. But one thing that annoys me about Emevas is the guy is a goldmine of information and insight, and he prefers to relay that through his blog, Mythical Strength. And I get that, but I would really love if Jared started talking to the camera and really offering value and content, because the guy he's one of my biggest sources of inspiration in the training game, not just weightlifting, but burpees, conditioning, anything. His blog is full of nuggets of gold, which you'll just latch onto, and you gain so much from reading that blog in particular, but his YouTube channel is just straight up workouts. The titles, you can tell he doesn't put a lot of thought into his YouTube channel. He'll fire up a title which is exactly what he's doing. It's not designed to gain traffic. He's just showing you the hard work that he is putting his body through, and there is no one in the fitness sphere that's putting themselves through what this guy does. His workouts consist of mostly challenge style workouts, whereas most people will do a challenge once in a month, or they'll do it for a 6-week phase, whereas his is continuous. So Emevas is another channel that you need to definitely take a look at. So those are the channels off the top of my head. I'll link them in the description, and hopefully you find them and they help to make you a more refined, all-round, better trainer, burpee guy, weightlifting guy. I don't care, but I just felt that I would pay these guys a wee bit of respect. Just get their names out there within the people who follow my channel, which in turn will help those followers gain more knowledge, gain more tools that they can use to further their fitness journey.